Welcome back. Dear students, I left you with a thought on visualizing this data and making a sense out of what this data conveys, having a visual inspection. As you can see, July 2002, July 2003, 4, 5, 6 to July 2013. What does that tell us? From July 2002 to July 2030, these are yearly data available to us. So gap between one to another data point is 1 year, right? So, and it is available for over more than 10 years, that is approximately 11 years here in this case. There is some kind of a repeated pattern also that we are observing. In the month of July, you see the series reaching the highest, then goes lowest, again rises. In the month of July next year, that is in 2003, it reaches highest. During the year, towards the mid of the year, it reaches the lowest, starts to rise. In July 2004, it reaches the maximum. And this kind of a pattern is repeating year after year. You can see. Throughout this entire series, what is the observation? There is a peak in sales in the month of July for this particular product. Then it goes down. Increase, peak, maximum sales are in the month of July, not in the month of January or December. Nowhere in this series am I observing and out of this kind of a character. So the sales of this product of this company are peaking in the month of July. This pattern is known as seasonality. What's happening? On the basis of certain season, there is a repeated pattern happening year after year. One important characteristic of data being seasonal is this repeats within a 1 year cycle. Okay. This peak which we are observing in the month of July is being seen once and then it is repeating in the next year, next year, next year, next year. Nowhere in this case it is happening that after 2002 this repetition or highest peak is happening in 2008. No, right? So when this kind of the cycle happens within 1 year's time period, that characteristic of a time series data is called as seasonality. This data itself says a lot to us, right? It says that in the month of July, we would expect the sales of this company to go maximum. From observing last 10 or 12 years data, we can very well make a forecast that the sales of this company are going to go maximum in the month of July, right? And the objective of time series analysis is to make forecast. Now in this kind of a scenario, when it is very much clear that this is the pattern that this particular series is going to show us, do you think it can be forecasted? Do you need some kind of a technique here? Does seasonality cause problem in the forecast? Yes. Keep that thought in mind. I'll revisit this problem. Is seasonality a good or bad indicator for making a forecast? Understand one thing very clearly. Our objective is not to read past data, right? An analyst uses the past data to draw insight, but the focus is on the future. He or she should be in a position to make some forecast for the future. Past data can only guide him. The task is over at that stage. But the real value of any analysis emerges with respect to the kind of forecast he can make on the basis of past data. Keep that thought in mind and let's see another patterns in the time series data. There can be a tendency of cyclical variations. Cyclical variation is an extended category of a seasonal pattern. There is a tendency of ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, but it has to spread beyond 1 year. This kind of a cyclical variation can be seen over a period of 5 to 10 years, right? We will see how it looks like. These are very important graphs that should give you an understanding of what I have been speaking so far. Just look at the upper graph first. Okay. If the data, a plot of time series data gives you this kind of an indication or a falling indication, that is called as the presence of trend in the time series, right? What does this tell us? This tells us the seasonal effect. Why I say seasonal? Because it is repeating within 1 year period. See, it is 1988, 89, 90, 91, right? So seasonality repeats its behavior within 1 year's time period. So this one is trend and this one is seasonality, right? Another plot I have made is this one. Do you observe any kind of trend, season, any kind of a pattern? I don't see it. Neither do you. So when there is no clear pattern which can be seen in a time series data, that is called as either random variation or irregular trend, right? There is no insight. It is not making any sense when I join these dots, right? When I was seeing this, it was showing me a downward trend. When I saw this, it was showing me an upward trend. When I saw this, it was showing me some kind of a pattern of a seasonal variation. This is showing me a extended seasonal variation, which I am calling as cycle. But in this case, does this give me any picture? No. So when I cannot see any pattern emerging in my time series data, that is called as a random series or irregular trend. Have a look on the lower graph as well, right? This straight line shows me the long-term trend, okay? This line shows me no pattern, so I can call it as an irregular trend, right? Or a random series. If you look closely, there are some dotted lines also which are mentioned, right? That can be called as seasonal effect. Why seasonal? Because you can see the gap between the heights and the lows is same. Okay. Now why am I bothering too much about these data patterns? Suppose your series looks like this. Does it make any sense if your data point is already rising and then you are saying this particular data point is going to increase? If it has seasonal effect, does it make any sense that I make a forecast, oh, in the month of July, the sales will increase? Then somebody will say, what are you telling us? It is already been observed from so long, right? Every year, sales are increasing in the month of July. So you don't have to talk about the obvious. Okay, this has to be removed. Trend needs to be removed. Seasonal effect has to be removed. And what about a random variable? Let me tell you, random series can never be forecasted, right? All you can do with a random series is you can find out the average of the data points and comment that this is going to be the forecast in the next few days or months. Right. So seasonality is a problem which is inherent in the data. In our software, there are ways of identifying seasonality, trend. There are ways of removing seasonality, trend from your data. And then on that cleaned series, after cleaning the data, getting rid of these kind of properties which are there in your data point, you make certain forecast. So that's a separate discussion how to do it. Our focus today is only to understand the concepts which are related to time series. Okay. Have a look at this picture as well. Okay. And from here, if you see, these are 4 different graphs, right? What does this graph tell us? Some kind of a seasonal pattern is there. It goes lower, it goes maximum, it goes down, goes high, goes down like this. Do I see some kind of a pattern? Irregular trend is there. It is a falling trend. What about this series? Again, there is some kind of a seasonality happening. Okay, some pattern is emerging here. And what about this series? Let me tell you, this series, second, third, and fourth, whatever is the nature of the series, whatever is the nature of the data to start with, should ultimately, after cleaning, should look like this, the last column. And the software will guide us how to convert this type of a data picture, this data picture, this data picture to look like this. This series in the end is called as a stationary series. I'm introducing this term here and we will discuss about what exactly is stationarity, why is it important to achieve stationarity for forecasting, and how to achieve this. This type of a data, this type of a data, or this type of any other type of a data has ultimately to be converted to look like this. With the help of some kind of a log transformations in the data points, we achieve this stage. This is the initial stage of doing your time series analysis. You cannot make forecast on this category of data. That is the reason why data visualization is an important technique or considered as an initial step to carry out any analysis for that matter. Although data visualization is used even at the end of creating your model, when you diagnose your model or you run some kind of post model test to check its fitness, at that stage also there is a very important significance of data visualization. Okay, so this is guiding us, guiding our thinking, but this is not the conclusive thing that we need to do. It is just a starting point of time series analysis. I am sure in this session, what I wanted to convey to you is absolutely clear as to what is a seasonality, what is an irregular trend, what is an a trend for that matter, right? And how and what should be the kind of series that we should begin our journey of time series analysis. How it should look like? It should look like this. And it's very simple to achieve this. At this stage, it must be looking a little complicated to us, but thanks to the development of IT and softwares in our hand and little bit of practice on this, right, can help us achieve a cleaned data which can be used for forecast. So at this stage, I hold my discussion. Best wishes, keep learning.